Assalamu alaikum everybody, this is your brother Sam and a very warm welcome back to another video. We've got a Somali language Sunday video coming up, so I hope you're looking forward to it. It's been a little while since we've done any Somali language lessons on this channel. You know, I've been sort of busy with other stuff, but don't fear, we have a Somali language tutorial coming up. So this actually comes from a question that came up on my YouTube channel. We're sort of talking about Somali grammar in the comment section, and someone said, so how do Somali adjectives work? You know, I have a previous video, I'll link it up in a card up at the top, about how the plurals of Somali nouns work. And there are different ways of doing Somali nouns. You know, some of them you have an O on the end, some of them you have to like double, some of them you have to switch the stress tone to somewhere else, and it gets quite complicated. I mean, you know, similarly to, you know, if any of you know Arabic, you know, you have something called Jam'a Taksir, you have like broken plurals, you just have to memorize them, you know, you don't know which ones go with which. There are some rules, but a lot of times you just have to memorize it. But thankfully Somali adjectives aren't like that. Thankfully Somali adjectives aren't particularly difficult at all, so we're going to get stuck into them. So Somali adjectives, the main way that we make them plural is that we double the biggest consonant possible at the beginning. Yeah, that we double the largest consonant possible at the beginning. We add that onto the beginning. So if we take an example of an adjective like fudud, yeah, fudud meaning easy, the sort of the largest thing from the beginning we can take is maybe fud from the beginning. If we get to fud, that sort of is more than one syllable really at the beginning. So we end up with fud fudud is the plural. Fud and then fud fudud. So Somali question of the day to you guys, if we have some Somali speakers, native Somalis watching this video, then a question of the day is to go into the comments, do a sentence using the word fud fudud, because I couldn't when I was preparing for this. You know, because there aren't many things that are plural that are easy. Like maybe you can't say it about people or about, I suppose you could say it about lessons or something like that, but I couldn't think of any in the preparation of this video, so that's the question of the day. Go into the comments, hit me up. So let's sort of get into a few more. You know, we'll have some examples. So how to say that something is difficult is adag, adag. So its plural is going to be ad adag, ad adag. We also have maybe the word wane, meaning big, and this one's actually a little bit of an irregular one. You know that I think like Somalis, when they said it orally, they thought Wane sounds a bit funny, so it's become Wayne. It's not just Wayne, but I think you would be understood if you said that. But it's ended up as Wayne. I've never ever heard Wayne before, so I think it's Wayne. Another one that I like is Usub. Another YouTube channel called Somali Usub, like the new Somali. But yeah, Usub means new, so naturally its plural is Usub. Another word meaning heavy, Ulus. You know, its plural would be Ulus. Let's have the word der, meaning you know, meaning tall. There's a story about Ninder, about a tall man who eats children, has big ears or something. It's a famous Somali proverb. But anyways, yeah. So the word der, and the plural for that is da der. It's not der or something. It's da der. Just like Wayne had an irregular one. It was like wow Wayne. Like in most languages that most of you are probably familiar with, the plural adjective is only really used with plural nouns. There's no other reason why you would use that, and it's not only for certain types of nouns. You can use the plural adjective for all types of plural nouns, whether they're human or not human, or animate or inanimate, or anything like that. But the nature of the noun doesn't really matter. If it's plural, then you would use the plural adjective, just like we do in English. You know, if we say, well, no, we don't make adjectives plural, but in other languages you might do. You know, if you were to say like houses, you would say that the houses, the news. Yeah, the news, the houses, or something like that. But in Somali, to make them agree, they'd both be plural. So, for example, if we wanted to say something like difficult languages, we'd need to know the way of making the word af, meaning a language or a mouth, into the plural. So the way that you do that is you have the word afaf. So to say difficult languages, you'd have afaf, languages, and then difficult, ad adag. Afaf, ad adag. The next, if we say tall men is our example, you know, the word man is a nin. You know, but if you were to have the plural, it's niman. So we'd have niman as the plural for men, and then you'd have da der. So niman da der is the way of saying tall men. Next up, if you wanted to say big dogs, you'd need to take the word a, which means a dog, and this is one of the plurals where you change the stress. So the stress doesn't go at the beginning in the plural like it does in the singular. We have a, it becomes a. So you would say a wa wen. You know, it would mean big dogs. Finally, if you wanted to say, for example, new books, you know, you need the word book meaning boog in Somali, and the plural of that is boogag. There might be another plural. You know, there might be another plural. I've even heard of some Somalis actually using the word that's probably from Arabic that way around, which is kitab. But you know, I've never heard that in Somali, but it might be the case. Hit me up in the comments if you are a Somali speaker and you use it. But I've heard borg in the plural of which borgag, and then we'd use the for the word usub if we're making the sentence new books. We'd say borgag usub. You know, the word usub meaning new. That's everything from today's Somali language lesson. If you enjoyed it, and I really hope you did, don't forget to like and share it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.